1, 2, 3. Okay, looks like I'm on Twitch, and I should be on YouTube in a second. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna start the Castle Labs messaging thing, and it looks like I am currently streaming. Perfect. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly load my streaming thing as. Let's say hi. Okay, cool. It seems to be working. Let me just double check the Twitch itself. And okay, cool. I see myself on Twitch. On YouTube, I still struggling on YouTube, but I think it's gonna pop up in just a second. Maybe I'm gonna go to restream real quick to just double check. And I think we're basically on. Oh shit, that is definitely not the right. Alright. Google. Yeah, I'm on Google already. Stream. I thought I typed in a restream.io earlier. Let me try that. Oh, interesting. There's something wrong with my browser. This is gonna be a problem for restream.io. Private search. Yep, definitely hacked. Okay, I'm gonna deal with this a little bit later. Actually, let me deal with this real quick. Stream leads to another page. Okay, this is gonna be a problem for later, for myself, for later.
Here are 20 YouTube settings.
All right. Okay, I'm on Twitch and I am on YouTube and. Hello. It says that I am streaming in YouTube. I'm not exactly sure whether it works or not. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. It does work. So perfect. Okay, it's all working just fine. For some reason, this is not working, but oh well. Anyway, let's go back to the meta at hand, and let's go back to our to the scene, to my UEFN game scene. I think where I left off is by I left off at the shop. I did end up placing the teleporter manager right here, and it's working just fine. But just to make sure everything works fine, let's make a launcher session just to see where we left off. I'm also gonna check in the scene just to make sure that it is all backed up in the servers. So 1, 2, 3. It's gonna load in just a minute. I am gonna quickly do Shift Windows T. This way, the text is the chat box is always gonna be in front. Let me double check whether this works. It looks like Twitch messaging is not working. That is fine, because I don't think anybody's on there here anyway. Just gonna double chat box. Shouts, timer settings, accounts, perfect. Okay. It looks like that I'm on Twitch. and I am connected. I'm just gonna double check this. It says hello, technically speaking. Okay, I see myself. And technically it's supposed to work. I definitely see myself in Twitch. Is this working? Okay, this seems to be just fine. Alright, I feel like we can move on to the UEFN. So it's right now it's validating the game. This way we can start the game and see where we left off. It's uploading the game right now. All right. I think one of the things that I definitely need to do is finish out the castle itself. The workflow is pretty simple, or the playthrough. You basically get into the castle via this hallway. You go up the workshop, which happened to be the scene, and you can go into the castle via two ways. Either via an elevator, or more importantly, the more common way would be via this corridor that goes underneath the castle. And you end up in this area, which kind of serves as a storage room. Which is actually a great idea. Maybe I should decorate it out as a storage room, you know, with wine caskets and such. Wine. Mansion wine rack. That's a kind of an interesting asset. Should we use it? I'm curious what it looks like, whether it would fit the scene or not. No, I rather prefer the barrels. Let's see what it comes up with. Alright. Okay, looks like everything is locked on very successfully. I'm gonna hide this right here. Perfect. And here we are in the play session. It's just still waiting a bit. With bigger games, it's a little bit, it takes a little bit longer. In the meantime, let's find some very good looking wine barrels. This one I always liked. I think this one definitely looks like a cellar. And in fact, that's exactly the vibe that I want to give it a bit. It shouldn't be as dank as the dungeon underneath, but it should be it should definitely be more castle-like. Maybe not castle. Maybe I should put in even some sort of kitchen underneath, so it indicates that that is kind of like a working area for the working people in the castle. Maybe that would be a good way of creating a purpose for those rooms effectively. Of course, they are all. This is all within the you know, it is all environmental storytelling. You know what the purpose of those rooms are, and such, which I believe is rather important. It just adds to the emergence to the gameplay. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well, for those who are following, this is episode 004 in my devlog. I am streaming every day, 11 a.m. till noon, until my game is done. And if you happen to have a question about anything, please feel free to ask me anything, and I will do my best to answer your question, whether it has to do with UEFN or verse or anything related to that. And let me continue with building out this level a bit. So the story, the environment, the storytelling that I wanna give in this environment is kind of like that of a working room, like a kitchen and such. And I agree, the environment is kind of weird, where I have these weird corridors, but I think if I add enough things to it, enough barrels, enough kitchen supplies, I think I can sell the idea of it. So let's see what we can find here. We have those wine barrels. I think I'm gonna reuse some of these again. These are liked a lot. And I don't think you need a lot to sell the idea of it. I also have to make sure that I can sell the idea that this would be a logical, plausible area for a portal. And yeah. And that's the one thing that I still have to work on as well. The whole environment is kind of like medieval technology, like medieval future. Imagine a world where all technology just gotten lost, or we had a great war and we started from zero, but there's pockets of technology still left over from the past. So very few people live with a lot of technology, which is basically the controlling group of this society, right? You have the people in the castle living really wealthy and really high technology life with the pockets of technology that they acquired. However, everybody living in the wastelands, they do make do with what they have. Initially, the idea was to make them truly medieval, but as I went along with the game and as I adjusted my GDD, my game design document, I decided to give them a little bit more electricity and such because I kind of realized that I was putting too many restrictions within the lore was getting in a way, it was getting in the way of the fun effectively. And I think we are already logged in. So here's what happened, and I didn't pay attention for the past 2 minutes. So what happens in this sequence is you get spawn. Uh, a perception trigger is triggering, so I get a minigun. I have two NPCs that are helping me, and there's gonna be an enemy right there, and I believe my NPC's already deleted. You just saw that the weapon went away. In a normal playthrough, this will lead into a cutscene, but since this is still testing out the capacities, still, since I'm still testing out, you know, the game itself, it doesn't do it quite yet. Let me just kill myself. I have a damaged cube right here, and this should respawn me into the village now. This sequence you see right now is just for the very beginning, and that is basically to tell immediately a story about that. And what's happening right now is quite interesting, because normally what should happen is you should have a cinematic sequence that goes up looking at the van and then going downwards. But that didn't happen for some reason, and I need to investigate why. More importantly, let's check if the stores work that I worked on yesterday. Let me double check if the sound works fine. Yeah, I don't think it's too loud. No. So the music has has its own musical score. I generated this with two tools, Udio and Suno, to kind of create a wasteland village music, to create atmosphere. Let's talk to this guy. Okay, cool. I can sell all my stuff if I did. But there's one issue. I'm gonna put never mind. There's one issue, and the issue is the fact that I forgot to disable the cinematic sequence when you click any button. So what I need to go do is I need to postpone what I was intended to do, and instead go here and fix this little bug right there. So I'm gonna go into the pop-up dialog device, and whenever you press any button, it shouldn't hide the dialog box. That is technically wrong. I mean, it's not technically wrong, but it should, in addition to that, it should do it should disable this. It should disable the cinematic sequence device. So let me do just that. I'm gonna go in here and press this, and I am gonna go on respond button, respond on any button. So basically what it does is whenever I have press any of those buttons, it will exit it. It will basically get it will exit the the cinematic sequence. And in the final game, you actually are gonna be able to have the person's actually gonna talk to you with voice and motion, facial mocap. So let me exit this game, end the game right now, so I can get to the island and then restart again from that point on. Well, that is good to know. And I saw Matto. Welcome on the stream. I appreciate your feedback, but I don't really know what that means. Best viewers on, star. Looks like something has been, I don't know what that means. All right. Let's go continue on to the other area. One thing that I wished Unreal Engine, maybe it's because I'm still somewhat of a novice in Unreal Engine, is I wish I could get like shortcuts where I could press a button and it would immediately teleport me to where I need to be. And I was continuing in this whole area, which happened to be a kitchen area. Which, ironically enough, I do have a room here. If I knock out this wall right here, I do have a whole room that I could use for a kitchen. I wasn't sure what to use it for. I initially blocked it out because it had, it had this fire thing going on. But, what if I'm just out of curiosity. Nah, that wouldn't work. I had a gut instinct that I could basically use something like that and cover up the fire, so it looks like there's a little bit of, well, I think this actually works. I mean, the only difference is that I'm gonna have an inch of, ceiling showing, but this could possibly work. I'm gonna keep this as an option open. But let's go back in environmental storytelling. This whole here is kind of like a storage kitchen, the underbelly of what a castle would have. And this is where the servants sleep and such, which is actually a great idea to implement. So let's type in kitchen and see what we can find in terms of assets. One of the excellent things that we have in Unreal Engine for Fortnite is the fact that we can have all these assets already ready to go, and they're all thematically aligned. Frankly, they're a little bit cartoony, but it sure speeds up the development. It saves me time on actually having to look for the assets and such. So that is a nice asset. I'm gonna include this somehow. I can put the industrial kitchen right here. Maybe I'm gonna move the teleporters to a different location. I'm trying to find a home for that. I think for the moment I'm just gonna leave it there because though it doesn't make sense in the setting, it does make gameplay wise. Basically you teleport and you can immediately start the level at the beginning. So while it doesn't make sense from a environmental storytelling device, it does make sense when it comes to actually playing the game. And let me build out the kitchen a bit. So we had a couple of things that I liked. We had these hanging pans and these knives hanging with this with the magnetic knife holder. If you ever happen to, I used to have one of those in my old apartment, and these are excellent. I love those magnetic knife holders. They make it so much easier than using a knife block. Oh, okay. Okay. paid attention. Now this technically should work now. Never mind. And you see, you interact with the person, the cinematic interactive sequence launches, and you can now do this, and you can basically sell him the items back. And the item, how you sell the item packs is very simple. This is all just a conditional button. A conditional button that lives underneath the gun runner right there. So I have a floor right there, but all the logic is literally beneath it. If you ever done any house construction, it's a little bit like having cabling underneath the floors and underneath the floors or in the walls. That's kind of how I have the logic set up. You know, certain things that have to be topside, such as buttons and other elements, they are topside. But mostly, you know, all these computers, aka the verse logics, I left them underneath the ground. This kind of makes me, this kind of creates a little bit of a separation. It doesn't clutter up the scene. But how do you sell weapons in Fortnite? Very simple. It's a conditional button where the key item is a weapon, and when you redeem the weapon, underneath is an granter, and you get a little bit. It clears the. Interesting. It on grant action clear inventory. No, we don't want that. We want to keep it all. I'm glad I actually looked at it, because this would have been definitely a bug. I mean, it's not technically a bug because the computer, you know, Fortnite did exactly what I told it to do, but it would be, you know, an oversight at the very least. Let me see if that works now. Oh, and it doesn't. Interesting. Interesting. So when I click this, the pop-up dialog box didn't show up. And I have to look into it. I know for the fact that the shield works. So I buy the ballistic shield. But it should technically told me that I... Oh, actually, never mind. Okay, do you see how that worked? I bought it. And now I can pick it up. Versus right now, I cannot really pick it up. You know, I cannot pick the hammer up until I actually buy it. So let's buy it. And now I can pick it up. And what I like about this shopping system is the fact that, like any real shopping system, I can basically only buy it. I like it that the store gets slightly emptier as you buy more stuff. But this is interesting. So the hammer emerged again. And this is again a bug or oversight. Not a bug on the Unreal people, who did a fantastic job building this engine. It is just something that I overlooked. Alright. Allow respawn will disallow respawn. So I'm gonna look at the shield real quick. The shield should not have a respawn. Let me see. Reset delay. Never mind. I'm actually not touching. I'm not touching the shield. I'm touching the button that's on before that. Okay. There we go. The allow respawn. If you turn, it has to be turned off, else the item will respawn over and over again. So we know for a fact that the dialog box didn't work for this. The dialog box didn't work for this item either. And there you can see me in the background. I think it's really funny. And then we have this guy. Same issue here. 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna look at the shotgun. And of course we have the same issue here as well. I still find it kind of funny to have the player in the background. And I don't know whether to get rid of it. Because in a way, even though it doesn't make sense, let's see if I can emote. Oh, I should definitely. So stupid. Even though it does not make much sense, and I don't know whether to keep it because it's funny, or whether it destroys immersion. So I don't know yet. I don't know whether I should keep it in because I do think it's kind of hilarious, but I feel I like the idea of you browsing the background as you chop around. Technically speaking, the idea is that it's as if the guy approaches you select an item and the guy's like, "Hey, you want to buy this?" And then you say, "Yeah, I buy it," or "No, I don't want to buy it." Okay, let's go to the cinematic sequence and see what is wrong with it. So I'm gonna I have to click anywhere else, and here we go. There's supposed to be a game, the Armory Shop. Okay, and this technically should emerge. Oh, what is this? It says on show. So this is right, but maybe I need to do this again. Let me just to make sure. I'm gonna delete that item. I'm gonna put this, and I'm just gonna redo it. Because I remember when I may have changed the name. By changing the name, I may have messed something up where the link between the cinematic sequencer and the item got janked up. And that is, of course, no good. I'm going to put this onto show. So basically, whenever you press the button, the mannequin, which happened to be the NPC mannequin, it will launch a sequence, and then when it comes to half a second, it'll pop up the dialog box where you can actually interact with the character. Technically speaking, it should also play an emote, but I have yet to figure this one out, or AKA, it doesn't really work on me. It would be kind of cool if it did have an emote, like an air guitar or back in. Let's see clap. Let's see what clap does. Maybe this would work. Let me do this with all the cinematic device. Okay, we have last sword. I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna close it. And now I'm gonna do all the same thing with all the other cinematic devices in the store. So I'm gonna click that. So gameplay wise, this store should have like a mixture between good items and a lot of poor items, and it is basically this whole store is just basically for beginners to get a starting inventory going, right? It's not necessarily for what I want in the game is for players to seek out the weapons as actor to sequence. This is interesting. So I'm gonna get rid of this. And I have a feeling the reason why it's not working is my suspicions are right. When I changed the name, it kind of broke the link between, the pop-up sequence. So it's good to know, because now I know that this tool is kind of finicky. Oh. Okay. Where did I need to put in my keyframe? So the phone that drives the animation for my VTube avatar is also covering up where the where my keyframe is supposed to be. I could technically move it. Yeah, this is better. So I'm gonna save this sequence and I'm gonna do this for 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Okay, we have this the assault weapon. Yesterday I finally made the mental connection that AR stands for assault weapon when I typed in AR, and that makes now so much more sense why, certain rifles are called like that. Something that I feel really stupid not seeing it earlier. So we have the assault rifle sequencer open. Now I can delete this pop-up dialog box, and I'm gonna re-add it again. Oh no, I re-added something completely different. I'm gonna re-add this one again. And the reason why is so we can actually show the pop-up when we have a gameplay event. Gameplay events are really cool because they're basically in a cinematic device. It's basically doing whatever function like show, hide, enable, and such. It basically does that. You can trigger this within a cinematic device. You just have to right-click the keyframe and put it under show. And here we go. And perfect. Let's go to the next one. The next cinematic sequence. And I'm going to save this one and pop it up again. So we have, we've done 2, 3. Now 2, I have 2 more to go. I'm going to open this cinematic sequence. And I'm going to do the same thing again. The reason why it didn't work is because I think the name, this name and this name, even though it points to the right device, when you're in play, it doesn't make the connection. So what I need to do is just redo this part, because when I renamed it, apparently that link got broken. All right. Binding lifetime, transform, and gameplay events. I'm gonna make a keyframe. I'm gonna select the keyframe, and I'm gonna determine the gameplay event function to show. And I'm gonna do this again and again, and then I'm done. This is the next one. I'm gonna open my shelf of goodies. I'm gonna select the Burst Assault cinematic device. Now I'm gonna select that. I'm gonna delete this. And now I have to re-import that. Here we go. And I am gonna do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I'm gonna go back to gameplay events. And I am gonna press the button, which happened to put in a keyframe. And now I can right click the keyframe and put the gameplay to show. And voila, we did that. Now one thing I see in this cinematic device is there's a mutator zone. A mutator zone that's not supposed to be there. What I noticed that I oftentimes do is I oftentimes have a cinematic device like the sequencer open, and when I work on it, I get a lot of random stuff in it. And that's probably the reason why I have that in. So say it so I can delete it from the sequencer. This one deleted in the real game. And I can go on to the next one, which happened to be the last sequencer. And here we go. The combat shotgun. And yeah. I am first off deleting this. And then I'm gonna add it again, and I do the same steps again. I'm adding, wait. Come on, select this. Now I'm adding it. And now I can put in a keyframe right by a half a second. And here we go. That's the red one. Gameplay events. Gameplay events, when I put a keyframe in gameplay events, this is the equivalent of putting a user, like a function in there. And in that case, I want to make sure it shows. Show. And I can delete those two, because those two pop-up devices, because they don't do anything. And technically, I could even delete the mannequin. I'm gonna keep it in here though. Alright, there was one more issue that when I opened the cinematic device, that when you press the pop-up device, that it wouldn't close it. So I'm gonna make sure that that is the case. So On responding on any button, okay. Big sword, that is correct. That is correct. On responding on any button. Shotgun, SG for shotgun. Bar on any. Okay, it seems I seem to have done that already. So I think we're ready to go and make another push. I'm gonna end the game here, and I'm gonna push the button changes. Once the game is stopped, of course. There was one thing that I still needed to fix, and that bothered me, aside of this whole initial sequence debacle that I still have to fix up. There's some logic that just didn't make sense to me, where, you know, I want a device that gets a little bit more expensive each time you upgrade, right? So initially, health, like getting more health is like getting a maximum health is more cheaply, but as you go around, as you click it more and more, it should get more expensive to more expensive until it becomes extremely expensive. Thinking about doubling the price each time you do it. Maybe not that extreme, but pretty close to that progression. You know, it kind of reminds me on the experience in Diablo, where each level you need more experience points each level before. Whenever you have a leveled up, it takes even more experience to level up. And I want to do this within this shop too. So it's initializing. Let me look into in the meantime. Let me look into the logic of that by looking into the verse file. In the meantime, I'm gonna open up Claude. Looks like this is still not working, but it looks like Twitch is working just fine. And best views on. I have no idea what this is. Alright, I'm gonna go. Still uploading. Clear. And now it's updating the session. In the meantime, I can go to Claude. As in my previous streams, Claude is where I put in my project, and I have a specific project that just talks about verse coding. And now if I go to Unreal Engine for Fortnite, and I click into the stat shop, give me a second. Okay, I think I'm about to start the game again, so I might as well go to get into Fortnite. Okay, perfect. I can now copy. I can now copy this text and paste it in a Claude, and I can ask it about right now I have to look can you look at this logic right now? At this point, I want the cost to double or triple depending on the multiplier float. Each time the player okay, Okay, each time the player purchases a stat. Part code updated to reflect that, because right now it is not doing that. So as you can see, the beautiful thing about prompting in ChatGPT, or in this case Claude, is that you don't really have to have perfect English. In fact, you don't even have perfect grammar or spelling, and it'll still figure out, oh, this is the question that he's trying to ask me. So the project that I have right now, what I've done with this is I fed in all the I went to the website, Unreal Engine website, and I literally went line by page by page, and I copy and pasted all the actual text in it, and I named it. This is all the things you need to know about string. This is all the things you need to know about expressions, and I've done that, and it does a fantastic job in doing that. Okay. So in this updated version, we're using the POW base and exponent to calculate the cost. This function raises the base to the power of the exponent. The base is the cost multiplier. The exponent is the current number of token the player has. So this way, if the health cost multiplier is 2, the cost will double each time. If it's 3, okay, it looks like. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Okay, this works, except I still need to put in a dialog box for that. But more importantly, let's see whether I can buy myself a sword now. And no, I cannot. That's a little unnerving or annoying or whatever word you want to choose. Now buy the ballistic shield, and now I can pick it up. And I have 2 of them for some reason. Okay, mini. I can pick this up, and now it's in my inventory. How about this guy? I have no idea why it does that. Okay, this doesn't seem to work either. Interesting. It's not working like in... It's definitely not working as intended. I'll figure this out later. Let's see where the teleportation works at least. Oh, of course, it's unavailable, and I don't think I have any coins left. Which is a good way to check out whether this works, logic works too. This is like my master key. This is just for debugging, and this enables all the items. So now if I go there, I can't, because I still need the active power cell. So let me go and grab myself some power cells. Let's grab more money. In 5 seconds, it should spawn me another active power cell. Here we go. And now I have enough. Right there, I have 5. I have enough to actually make the teleportation. And let's go to the workshop. Here we go. So this is good. Let's see where it loads. Now it's gonna load. Oh, interesting. So this is working finally. Okay, cool. So the only way I can get out of is literally by here. So if I turn this on and go in here, now the game is giving me all the cool things. Yeah, the hammer is not very good. It's a junk weapon somehow. So let's go to this elevator. Boom. Doesn't work. And let's go this way. Boom. It's a little trap. Let me just get and see how this is working. So I respawn. Oh, okay, this is annoying. So it looks like the cinematic sequence is still not working properly. I really have to figure out why it does that and how it does that. Because I need to have this working properly. I think this is something I could spend this week on fixing. So yeah, let's go back into this game. And let's continue. Actually, let me check out what how the logic works right now when it comes to purchasing stuff. So right now, the health cost is 30 bucks. I spent 30 bucks. On the right side, you can see the number. It should drop down to 63 if I pay health. And here we go. We can see that the health slightly increased. And now it increased it by $15. And that works properly, which is good. Wait, didn't it do that? Okay, I just didn't hear the sound effect. I think I need a different sound effect for that. I need to disable the standard conditional item. Now if I go to shield... Okay. Okay, that's good. And now the generation... Oh, that's weird. It's not upping the health cost. Or okay, let's see. Yeah, I still need to fix that as well. So it looks like that whole aspect is pretty busted. So definitely needs to be updated. Okay, that's good. Why is it not working? Oh, I may have limited it on 10 only. Alright, let's go back into this game. Let's find out a different... Let's go to Dungeon... Oh, Dungeon 2 has a cool little thing. Okay, load. Come on, load. Here you go. Dungeon 2, you just got into the dungeon. So you have two options, right? You can either... the idea is, when you... do you see how the gates are closed right there? You can hack the prison gates. And now you heard the sound effects. And now they're open, right? So basically, when you press that, now it spawns enemies and enemies, two different types of enemies. So the idea is that you're... Oh, here you go. The idea is... Oh, wait a second. Here you go. They're not necessarily fighting each other, are they? Maybe I need to change the faction of them. So it looks like the regeneration tool is not working either. That's good to know. And that the enemies are not fighting each other. Alright. So I'm respawning again. It should technically immediately give me a cinematic sequence device. But it's not doing it for some reason. Again, it's another thing I have to figure out how to do. Oh well. Lots of bugs. At the very least, let's see if I can update the code here. So I am gonna go and go to stat function and just copy the stat function part of it. And by doing that, I hope. And let's see, where did it leave off? Int regen cost set. Okay. Set regen cost. Oh, here we go. If you know what, I'm just gonna comment this entire block. Well, so if it does all this crap and then it goes all the way here, and let me just double check this. Seal, that's correct. I am just confused why it seemed to have deleted a lot of code out, but maybe it works. Let me just double check quick. Paste. I do have to shift left up it a bit, and this should work now. Now if I go to rebuild the code, technically speaking it should work just fine, unless I built correctly. And I am gonna end the game so I can upload the verse code. In the meantime, I can also look why the heck the cinematic device is not playing the right thing. Or why at the very least the pop-up dialog box is not showing. Is it an issue with the dialog box itself, I wonder? No, that's not. That's perfectly fine. Wait. What's the difference between this? Left tall, auto display. No, we don't have to have it auto display. Show. You know what? I'm gonna do something. Let's just to give it a little bit of a double redundancy. I'm gonna put in show when button. This actually technically makes more sense anyway. So, and whenever you hide it whenever you interact with any of the buttons. So that I think this would fix the problem that I'm having right now. Click, and here we go. On interact, and I'm gonna hide this. And I'm going to click the pop-up dialog box again. And here we go. On responding any button. Perfect. I'm going to do this to the other two items as well. I'm going to put this on show. The button, that's perfect. On interact. And I'm going to hide it when you interact on any of the buttons. So in effect, what it does is, if you press any button, even cancel or purchase and such, it simply hides the dialog tree, which is good. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm gonna put this on show, and I'm gonna put this on interact, and I'm gonna put this on hide, and I'm gonna put this on any button. And of course I'm going to do this as well on all of the items. This way I think it creates a certain redundancy in case something goes wrong. It's good to know. It's good to know that the cinematic device is not very, like, some items are not the proper way of doing it or reliable. And you kind of have to, you know, swing with the punches, so to speak. Hide, and here we go. And here we go. I think I'm gonna save this, and now I'm gonna push the changes, which also includes the verse changes. And let's hope I didn't just mess myself up by doing that. It's currently initializing. Oh shit. Did I see 5 verse issues? Yeah, that would be a thing, wouldn't it? Oh, validation changed. Okay, let's see what the hell's wrong. Alright, verse build something. Okay, good to know. So we did have that issue, it just didn't see it. Alright, let's see what's going on. So the problem is that it's looking for a float, and it obviously cost multiplier is not a float. Yeah, it is a float. The health value is an int. I can fix this real quick by doing the following. For I'm gonna call this temp health value, and I'm gonna just do in float. Basically, I determine that this value is a float, and I'm basically take the health value and time it by 1.0, and this will turn this this int into a float pretty easily. And what I can do now is I can just put in temp, and hopefully it'll take care of it. I'm gonna do this with all the other ones as well. Temp shield value int float, and I'm gonna put this under shield value times 1.1.0, and I'm gonna do basically repeating this over and over again. Health regen value float, and health regen value times 1.0, and this is gonna be okay. There's an issue. Did I do a? Oh, of course, I have forgot to put in temp. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing with all of with the last one too. Normally I would simply copy and paste it, but sometimes I like to type it things out. You know, there's something to be said about over optimizing a thing. Sometimes I take the road that's not the efficient if it has a good scenery. Sometimes I do things not necessarily the most efficient way, but the actual doing of the thing is a lot more enjoyable to do. Okay, I'm gonna put in temp. The same thing is true right here as well. Temp and temp. And this should work now. And this is, a temp is basically just a temporary value that I put in. Is this proper programming lingo? I do not know. I'm not a programmer. I am just a mere artist who's putting his hand in game development right now. So sometimes I notice that sometimes it gives me an error. Valid agent. Okay, this is... what the heck? Oh, pop-up box valid agent. It should be agent, I believe. No, that's right. So it looks like the code changed a bit. So it looks like Claude changed the code from valid agents to agent. Oh no, never mind. Okay, stat function, agent. So valid agent, if agent and agent becomes valid agent. Okay, interesting. So why is this not working? So if agent is a valid agent, Is the problem though? Is I would imagine. I don't think it's gonna cause an issue, but what I wonder, in my understanding at least, is that any agent, aka an NPC or not, who acts the stat function would enable that. But I don't think it's gonna be an issue. Of course, I'm gonna play test all of this in multiplayer to make sure that I don't have any stupid mistakes. The idea is for this game to be mostly a single player experience, but also have some fun elements. You know, games are more fun if you play with your friends, and I want people to have their own squads and get into the fray, so to speak. I think that would be really, really fun, you know. And my game won't have all these. What I noticed is it's a lot more satisfying in gameplay to have a lot of enemies that are weaker versus a couple of bullet sponges that are just tough to beat. I think that's the reason why some games such as Doom and Quake are still, I mean, mostly Doom, is still fun to this day, you know, because it just feels satisfying just to shred through a bunch of enemies rather than, you know, rather than like in an MMO multiplayer like World of Warcraft where you basically chop trees because the enemy has such a huge health bar. That is not, that's not fun either. Alright, I'm gonna launch this game one more time. Whew. To see whether it works or not. And I know it's already noon, but yeah. I'm gonna see whether it works. And if it works properly, this is gonna be, I'm gonna call it for the stream for today. One, two, three, four. Current memory usage. One thing I need to do a lot more on environment. I think I'm gonna change the way the store looks, because it's not as neat looking as it could be. And of course I will still have a lot of trash in the thing. The displays need to change. Definitely gonna change that. Let me take a look at the entire map. Oh yeah, this is kind of like really cool. So I created a duplicate of the castle, and you can only see it when you're in the village. And the reason why is because when you walk in there, I always want this castle to be looming, right? But that's more of like an optical illusion. I need to fix this one window, by the way. This is more an optical illusion, because I want to allude to this. Oh, also, the beginning sequence has an identical castle, with the exception it's not all bombed to hell yet. So the idea is you play the game initially, and you create a whole mess in a castle, and you revive in the village, and then you revisit the very area you played initially. I think it's incredibly important for the game to have a great beginning sequence, because this is, I think, the first moment determines whether somebody's engaged or not. And I want to put them right in the middle of the actions by giving them good weapons and such. Oh, cool! We have somebody joining us. Well, I guess I'm not gonna cancel the stream quite yet. Oh, hey, what's up? Let's see however that works. I can always go into you know, Twitch. I'm gonna say much appreciated. Much appreciated. How's my day? Day's good. It's going good. I'm about to. Well, I mean, you can hear me. My day's doing pretty good so far. Just figuring all the little bugs. I'm gonna do one more one final playthrough on the game, and I'm gonna call it for the stream, unless there's a question that I can answer. Oh, okay, cool. The game started. Perfect. So it launched me exactly. Let's see whether the logic now works. I think I actually need to reset my progress for that to work properly. And I also need to make sure that I delete all my persistent... Oh, this is what's... Okay, this sequence is exactly how it's supposed to turn out. So you wake up in this hospital bed whenever you die. And I'm gonna go to islands. Debug, not debug. I'm gonna go to overview, miscellaneous, and I'm gonna clear the persistent. So how much time do I spend on my stream? Well, every single day for the past 4 times, I've been spending an hour each day, 11 a.m. to 12 till noon, and that seems to be working just fine. Yes, I do. During the weekday though. I spent between 11 a.m. to noon here central. That's kind of like my streaming schedule, and I kind of realized that it actually works really well with my schedule here at work. Okay, this works. Okay, let's see whether this works. By the way, oh shit. Okay, it works. I mean, I still have to totally rename the things and such. Yeah, I stream for fun. And to kind of document my thinking. What I noticed is that streaming doesn't really take too much. Like, if I were to do YouTube and such, the editing is just such a pain in the ass. And I noticed that streaming doesn't really take me away from actually making the game. What is my hobby? Right now, UEFN. Oh shit, look at that. The health cost did definitely increase now. Alright, looks like 15. So I definitely have it definitely now gets more expensive as I go. That's good. So my hobby right now is, you know, UEFN. Other than that, I have a really interesting hobby that involves electric unicycles. It's basically a one-wheel device, one-wheel device that goes pretty fast. I do that with the group, and that's basically it in terms of my hobbies, you know. So this is working. Let me go. Okay, I need to click the master key now. This is kind of for me as a developer to cheat a little bit. What I do in my free time? Very simple. I ride my electric unicycle with a group. Basically, what we do is we everybody gets like an e-bike or a one wheel or whatever electric device they have, and we just mob the streets. That's kind of like what I do with my friends for hobby. My other hobbies, of course, I really enjoy. So, do you work or study? I work. This is my work. My goal here is to turn UEFN into a proper work career, so I can do these games basically as a profession. And it seems pretty attainable to me based on what I saw other people perform and such. And as long I get like a player base of maybe 1,000 players concurrently, I mean it's very realistic. If this game, for instance, can pull in like $500 to $1,000 a month, what's that? If you don't mind. Yeah, shit, why not? Yeah. Go ahead. Type in your URL. What's... Let's see your portfolio. I'm really curious. So let's go to YouTube. I'm gonna put this on an incognito just in case. Alright. I honestly haven't figured Discord out that much. I have a Discord, but I haven't really figured out the nuts and bolts on how I can share. I use it to go on other people's things, but I don't have a Discord. I only use it to see other people's content, so to speak. Mm. Is the pro? This brings up a good question. Can you even are you able to do URLs in Twitch or YouTube? I don't even know. As I said before, it's my fourth episode, literally. A friend of mine told me, "Hey, you should totally. Why don't you use Twitch during work?" And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, sure." And I kind of walked in it kind of blindly. And the first session was, was pretty, was as simple as it could possibly be. I basically just streamed what I was on the page, but with each additional stream, I kind of realized that I had to, be a little bit better. It looks like right here I need to fix up an area. I forgot to do that. Let me fix up this whole area here. I'm gonna copy this thing that I created for the dungeon. I happen to like this sequence a lot. The reason why is it creates a certain sense of multi-layer level design, which I enjoy in games. One of the best things about, for example, when you play Half-Life as a video game is the amount of layers or the amount of dimensionality each level has. Do I have an Instagram? Right now, not for the stream. I think the closest thing of an Insta. I have a private one that's like for my family and such, but nothing public, unfortunately. Right now, it's just the stream. As said before, I do that mostly for fun, for my own documentation, and I kind of realized I enjoy talking while I stream. I used to be a adjunct professor at a college, and that was actually, it feels kind of like doing this, except without the annoying students. One of the things about being a teacher, what I learned is the student body really depends whether you have fun in your job or not. If you have shitty students, it's such a drag. But when it comes to streaming, it kind of reminds me a little bit of it. Of teaching, actually. Was I the best teacher? Probably not. Oh, okay. Here's the Okay, I see what's going on. Alright. How can we share date? I think I know what. Yeah, you know what? You can share this. Let me give you my Instagram. Alright, can you try this one? Chris.Tietze. Try this one. You can message me right here. So. Oh, I can show you what I do for my hobby. Right here. That's what we do. That's my hobby. This is basically my group of people. We go out, we take over the roads. It's fun. I enjoy it. I actually edited this video right there. I happen to like this, you know. Let's see if he messaged something to me. Oh, spam. It's always spam. All right. I'm about to call it for the stream. I have a 1 month, so we are past noon, 12:15. I think for the stream, I'm gonna call it for the stream. Hazel J John. If you show me, feel free to email, message me via this, and oh, actually request. Oh, here you go. Sure. I'm gonna take a look at their work. Sure. Crap. Sure. I'll accept. Put this on general. Here you go. Alright, feel free to send me the link. I'll take a look at it. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay. Streamers pack. Oh, that's cool. That's like very. I can see that's working for also for Fortnite very well. I like that. Business logo. I kind of like what you did there, where you put an image, the image in the background, and you actually have the symbolic image in front of it. I think it's pretty clever to combine the background image with the actual image. The logos of them, I don't think they're actually really good. I like it. So let me take a look at. This is kind of cool. I like what you did with the W. It's a really elegant solution there, because it implies a lot. It kind of gives you a three-dimensionality, as if it goes on a. That's actually a really cool logo type. Gaming mascot logos. Okay. Cool. Cool. I can imagine that if you happen to have a gamer, channel, I think this is really appealing to YouTubers and such. Gaming banners. So in terms of feedback, I think you definitely niche down. You have a very specific niche, and that's a really good thing. Niche being kind of like this streamer YouTuber sphere, and that is actually really cool. I can definitely see this being very popular. Okay, we got some more streaming overlays. Character illustrations. So did you do those? Did you drew all of those by? Did you drew them? It seems like that. I think that's very consistent. So I don't think they are AI. Maybe they are, because that looks. Character shade. Yeah, I have to say it looks great. Looks really, really good. Really nice. Checking out the line art. You're doing my feedback is basically you're doing one thing and you're doing it really well. Um, I can see this. I can see a lot of streamers really enjoying some of your graphic design. I can see that being very useful for somebody. All custom made. Yeah, this is some really good craftsmanship. Um, Unfortunately, we live now in this world in the when it comes to AI, where everybody assumes whether it's something is AI or not, and it takes a lot of effort away. It can be extremely demotivating for an artist to have been asked if it's an AI image. Um, I've seen in the art spheres of artists who spend so much effort in their artwork just to be decried as AI and they should be banned. And it's I hate that. That's the worst thing about a generative AI lately is that it puts such a doubt in talent. Well, I mean, these look fantastic, outstandingly great. These cyborg, these ladies. Um, Line art anime looks good too. I think it's fantastic. Looks. I have my comments as it all looks great. When you say VTuber, is this all ultimately is this all animated, meaning the mouse change and such? Because like that would be really cool. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and follow you. I think this is all really cool stuff you got there. Hey, anyway, I really appreciate you checking into my channel. I gotta do. I I think your portfolio looks really cool, and it looks like you have quite a bit of project viewership. Um, Let me check out your Twitter as well while I'm at it. ORG that hire artists and support streamers to get that done. Yeah, I think you found your niche, and I would just push forward and forward. Um, I'm not the traditional gamer streamer, but I would say I think you found your niche there, and I heard there's a lot of money to be made in this streaming platform, especially on it. So yeah, cool work, man. Really cool work. Anyway, I really appreciate you checking in. It's very encouraging to see a live person actually looking at my stream. Um, yeah, and good luck on your graphic design endeavor. It looks all pretty good to me. And have a good day. Thank you, so. Thank you for checking in. And I think I think what I need to do by next stream is definitely get a Discord or some sort of communication hub ready. So so next time I have an opportunity, if somebody shares me a link, I have a proper way of doing that. Okay, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.